Imagine a world without communication. Could we have achieved our current level of progress without it? Now let's delve into the importance of communication in our lives. Communication is more than just exchanging information. It's about understanding the emotions and intentions behind the information. It's the thread that weaves the fabric of our society together, the cornerstone of all human interaction. Consider your personal relationships. How often have you felt closer to someone after a heart-to-heart talk? Or perhaps you've experienced a professional scenario where clear communication led to a successful project completion. That's the power of effective communication. From our daily chats over coffee to high-stakes business negotiations, communication shapes our experiences, our perceptions, and ultimately our realities. It's the bridge that connects us, the tool that enables us to express our thoughts, our feelings, our ideas. Without effective communication, our interactions would be a series of misunderstandings. The power of communication is truly unparalleled, and it's a skill we should continually strive to master. Scene script. Everyone has experienced a communication breakdown at some point, but what causes these barriers? If you've ever found yourself lost in translation, you've encountered one of the most common communication barriers: language differences. This isn't just about speaking different native languages. Even within the same language, accents, dialects, and jargon can make understanding difficult. This can lead to confusion, misinterpretations, and even conflict. Next, let's talk about emotional barriers. Have you ever tried having a conversation when you're upset, anxious, or angry? It's pretty challenging, right? When we're in high emotional states, our ability to communicate effectively can take a back seat. We might not express ourselves clearly, or we might misinterpret what others are saying, leading to misunderstandings. Now imagine a conversation where you're speaking, but the other person is just nodding along, not really paying attention. This is a lack of listening skills in action, and it's another significant communication barrier. Listening isn't just about hearing the words someone is saying, it's about understanding the message they're trying to convey. When we don't listen effectively, we can miss important details, leading to confusion and miscommunication. Last but not least, nonverbal signals play a huge role in how we communicate. Body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice can all convey messages that words alone cannot. However, these signals can also be misinterpreted, especially when communicating across different cultures. For instance, a thumbs up might signal approval in one culture, but in another, it could be seen as rude or disrespectful. These barriers, language differences, emotional barriers, lack of listening skills, and nonverbal signals, can all lead to misunderstandings and conflicts. They can make our interactions less effective and even damage our relationships. But don't worry, all hope is not lost. By recognizing these barriers and understanding how they impact our communication, we can take steps to overcome them. We can learn new languages, manage our emotions, improve our listening skills, and become more aware of our nonverbal signals. Understanding these barriers is the first step towards improving our communication skills. So let's keep the conversation going, shall we? Now that we understand the barriers, how do we improve our communication skills? Well, let's dive into some practical tips that can help us become more effective communicators. First on the list is active listening. Active listening is not just about hearing the words that are being spoken, it's about understanding the complete message being conveyed. So how do we do that? Imagine you're at a meeting and your colleague is sharing their ideas. Rather than mentally preparing your response or getting distracted by your thoughts, focus entirely on what they are saying. Nod in affirmation, maintain eye contact, and occasionally paraphrase to show that you are truly engaged. This not only helps you understand better, but also makes the speaker feel valued and heard. Next, we have clear and concise expression. In a world where time is of the essence, no one has the luxury of deciphering convoluted messages. The key is to get straight to the point. For instance, if you're a teacher explaining a complex concept to your students, break it down into simple, digestible parts. Use plain language and avoid jargon. Remember, your goal is not to impress with big words, but to ensure your message is understood. Moving on, let's talk about empathy. Empathy is about stepping into someone else's shoes and understanding their feelings and perspectives. It's an essential part of effective communication. Consider a situation where a friend is sharing their problems with you. Rather than immediately jumping to solutions, take a moment to acknowledge their feelings. Say something like, "That sounds really tough. I can understand why you're upset." This simple act can make the other person feel supported and open up more, paving the way for a deeper conversation. Respecting others' viewpoints, our fourth tip, is crucial in any form of communication. We all have different opinions and perspectives, and that's perfectly okay. Let's say you're in a debate with someone who holds an opposing view. Rather than trying to impose your viewpoint, strive to understand theirs. You can say, "I see where you're coming from, but have you considered this?" This approach fosters a respectful exchange of ideas and reduces the chances of conflicts. Finally, we can't talk about communication without mentioning nonverbal communication. Believe it or not, our body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice often speak louder than our words. Picture yourself in a job interview. You're saying all the right things, but if your arms are crossed and your voice is flat, you might come off as disinterested or unenthusiastic. On the other hand, maintaining an open posture, making eye contact, and using an enthusiastic tone can make a world of difference. So there you have it. 5 practical tips to improve your communication skills: active listening, clear and concise expression, empathy, respecting others' viewpoints, and nonverbal communication. Remember, these are not just tips, but tools that can help you navigate various situations, be it at work, at school, or in your personal life. Improving communication is not a one-day task, but with consistent effort, we can make a significant difference. So, let's start today. Let's start now. Let's become better communicators together.
In our digital age, how has technology influenced the way we communicate? That's a question that many of us have pondered. Technology has undeniably transformed the way we interact with each other, making communication far swifter and more accessible than ever before. In days gone by, we would have to wait for letters to arrive, or for the evening news to stay informed. Now, a quick tap on a device brings the world to our fingertips. We can instantly connect with people across the globe, exchange ideas, and share experiences in real time. This speed and accessibility have broken down geographical barriers, opening up a world of possibilities for personal and professional communication. But this coin has another side. While technology has made communication faster and more accessible, it has also made it somewhat impersonal. The nuances of face-to-face interaction, the inflections in our voices, the subtle body language cues, all of these can get lost in the digital space. Text-based communication, such as emails and instant messages, can often be misinterpreted due to the absence of these crucial cues. This brings us to an important aspect: using technology wisely for effective communication. It's not just about sending a message, it's about ensuring that the message is understood in the way we intend. Being mindful of our tone in text-based communication, for example, can make a world of difference. A simple exclamation mark or emoji can change the entire interpretation of a message. Moreover, it's crucial to remember that technology is just a tool. It's how we use it that truly matters. We can use technology to build bridges, foster understanding, and create meaningful connections. Or we can use it to spread misinformation, create divisions, and fuel misunderstandings. Technology can either enhance or hinder our communication. It's all about how we use it. So let's use it wisely, leveraging its power to foster clear, effective communication that connects us rather than separates us. So, what have we learned about communication today? We've journeyed through the power of communication, delved into its barriers, and uncovered practical tips for improvement. We've seen that communication is more than just words. It's a tool for connection, a bridge that links our thoughts and ideas to the world around us. We've also learned that communication isn't always smooth sailing. Barriers, whether they're cultural, emotional, or physical, can sometimes distort our messages. But don't worry, we've shared some practical tips to help navigate through these rough waters. From active listening to clear and concise messaging, these tips can pave the way for more effective communication. And let's not forget about technology. In this digital age, technology has revolutionized the way we communicate, making it faster and more convenient. But remember, it's a tool, not a substitute for genuine human connection. Remember, effective communication is a skill that we can all learn and improve on. It's the key to understanding and being understood in this interconnected world.